Hey everybody, Seth Campbell here with the new Segway Says podcast at last. I know it's been a long time. It's been, I don't even want to think about how long since this has been a regular weekly podcast, but things have been crazy, things have been busy, but I'm trying to get back to it. And to that end, I'm going to try maybe recording multiple episodes at once so that I've got a backlog for upcoming weeks. So we'll see if I can manage that. But we're going to make up for the absence with a really kind of a daredevil segue, if there is such a thing, because we are flirting with disaster with the concept we use this time, a spontaneous half-step modulation. You'll see what I mean and why that's such a risk shortly. But the two songs this week are Six Blade Knife by Dire Straits and I Can't Dance by Genesis. And the groove is going to be the central point of both of these. Now, there's actually a funny story as to how I came up with the segue for this, but we'll have to talk about the songs a little bit first. Now, Six Blade Knife is one of the songs off the same album as Sultans of Swing, which was, of course, in the first Segway podcast. And here's a hint, we may be seeing it again before too terribly long. For the debut album being Dire Straits. And, again, it's all about the groove and Mark Knopfler's crazy, insane, talented guitar playing. Just about the whole song has this bass line. And improvisational guitar all over the place, as you would expect in a Dire Straits song. The other thing you'd expect is Mark Knopfler's grumbly voice, which you get in spades on this one. Something like this. Six blade knife, do anything for you. Anything that you wanted to. One blade breaking my heart. One blade tear me apart. Six blade knife, do anything for you. Actually kind of hurts to do that. I probably shouldn't. At least I shouldn't be that dramatic with it. But you get the sense it's very, very straightforward, simple, almost sort of lurking groove. Now, I Can't Dance was off Genesis' 1992 album of the same name. Well, not the same name, because the album was called We Can't Dance. It was the last studio album to feature Phil Collins. And this was one of the big hits off it, and there were a few. There was No Son of Mine, Jesus He Knows Me, and there were a couple other fantastic songs on it, like Driving the Last Spike, which not as many people know. But and this has been a live staple since then. There's great versions on the ensuing live album, The Way We Walk, title of which is also a reference to this, and on the Live Over Europe 2007 reunion. And you'll notice a very similar groove because it goes something like this. Hot sun beating down, burning my feet just walking around. That sun making me sweat. Gate is getting close, hasn't got me yet. But I can't dance, I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way I walk. No, I can't dance, I can't sing. I'm just standing here selling everything. Then it goes to the next verse, and a little later on, Tony Banks has a keyboard part that comes in. So you notice they both have this sort of quarter note groove to them. But what you might notice if you have a musical ear is that Six Blade Knife is in A, and I Can't Dance is in B flat, or A sharp if you want to call it that. Now, ordinarily in this situation, it's a simple solution. We modulate one song up or the other one down. Or if we wanted to do them both in A flat, we could do the live version of I Can't Dance, because even Phil couldn't sing it that high, that consistently. Now, this time, just because to my mind both songs sound so good in the key that they're in, this is where we're flirting with disaster here, because we're going to do a spontaneous modulation from one to the other, but not just at the beginning of the song. Now there's I like to do Six Blade Knife first in I Can't Dance. And it's pretty much a one-way segue, except I do like to tease Six Blade Knife again at the end, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, I came up with this I had heard Six Blade Knife before, but it never really registered with me. I had gone to pick up my suit for my cousin's wedding, which I mentioned a few episodes ago, because it was the same cousin that I dedicated the Everything Mexico segue to. And the funny thing is, last time there was like 20s ragtime Scott Joplin piano pieces over the radio, and this time I couldn't really make out the words or anything, but I could hear just this groove. Now, I, of course, had to try on the suit just to make sure it fit, because it had been custom fitted and everything, so we want to make sure that it was all working. And there was a mirror in the changing room, obviously, and I could not help myself with this groove on the radio. I had to do a certain dance move that was created by Genesis for the music video of I Can't Dance. And it's just sort of this awkward... the point is you can't dance, so it's not a very good dance, but, sort of leaning over forwards. It's kind of like the robot if it was done really badly. But again, that was the point. And so, of course, being a Genesis fan, I know how you do that, and I couldn't resist hearing this groove. And then it occurred to me that you might as well just sing the I Can't Dance melody over. Hot sun beating down, burning my feet just walking around. Hot sun making me sweat. Gate is getting close, hasn't got me yet. But I can't dance, I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way I walk. No, I can't dance, I can't sing. I'm just standing here selling everything. I was like, okay, that really works. It's really cool. I really like it. But the original key of I Can't Dance, the B flat, is so good. And, it's got its own piano button. So I'm thinking I wouldn't just want to sing the entire song over the Six Blade Knife groove. I'd have to find some way to, at very least, switch it to the Genesis groove properly. And if I could, I might as well put it in the original key. And this is where I decided just to basically say, to hell with it, and do a spontaneous modulation from A to B flat. But to get the point across of the segue and how well the grooves work together, I decided only after the entire first verse and chorus of Six Blade Knife would I switch to I Can't Dance in its proper form and the new key. Now, it sounds kind of awkward, but it still works if you finesse it just right and allow for just enough space. And if I had a band, I feel like this would work much better, but I don't, so you'll have to deal with me. And so you have the end of Six Blade Knife. Last... No, makes you strong. Yeah, they'll do me wrong. A six-blade knife, do anything for you. Hot sun beating down, burning my feet just walking around. Hot sun, etc. Into the verse, and you get to the end of the chorus, and suddenly, in I Can't Dance proper, selling everything. There's this immediate turnaround. Blue jeans sitting on the beach. The dog is talking to me, but she's out of reach. So it just goes straight to the verse. But if we're going to make such a drastic change, we want to allow just enough time for the audience to catch up. So I like to throw in basically the intro of I Can't Dance after the first verse. So it sounds something like this in its full segue form. I can't dance, I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way I walk. No, I can't dance, I can't sing. I'm just standing here selling everything. 1, 2, 3. Blue jeans sitting on the beach. Her dog is talking to me, but she's out of reach. She's got a body under that shirt, but all she wants to do is rub my face in the dirt. 'Cause I can't dance, I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way I walk. No, I can't dance, I can't sing. I'm just standing here selling. I'm checking everything is in place. Never know who's looking on. Ha! And by this point, you're just all the way into I Can't Dance. No traces of six-blade knife left. And you can keep it that way, or at the very end, it basically is just looping this, although with a stroke of genius, the drums have made it halftime, so it's now. And there's sort of vocal improv. No, I can't dance. And if you wanted, you could calm the piano down just enough, still doing the I Can't Dance groove. Six-blade knife, do anything for you. Anything that you want me to. And there you go. Six-blade knife, I Can't Dance. Put together because of my association of a groove in my head with a really bad dance craze. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too out there for you. Hopefully you've learned something, and hopefully I'll see you again real soon with a new episode. Thanks as always for watching. See you soon.